Why, hello everybody. Welcome to Weave of Fate Generations, Arc
Three.
3, Session 12? Electric
Correct.
Boogaloo?
Well, Sam, you're about right.
Okay.
Yes.
How's it going, guys?
Going great.
Yeah,
Having a great time.
Yeah,
a great time.
looking forward to it.
I have not changed our screen since the last session. And I'm just looking at it right now. And I think we need to make 2 quick edits here. But while I do that, we just blitzed through how are we feeling and how are we doing. But I really, really want to know, how are we feeling in character? Someone give me the goddamn recap.
Waddy is not thinking at the moment.
And I guess it's up to Alex.
Sure. We left Slammerjam and his tribe of gatherers and not gatherers, tamers, and continued south down the mountain with a goat pervert in tow. For some reason, we took the goat pervert with us. Continued south, tracking ahead of the rest of the tribe by a day or so. Punga came across some prints, some tracks one evening, which we followed into the deep wood, where we came across a shrine, a totem of some kind, where they left offerings and in exchange got what is essentially a battle axe, which is really cool. And then we left, and John rolled another 100 on a D100 encounter check. And yeah, that's I think 2 sessions that's happened now, 2 100s. We got stuck in some brambles, which we defeated and managed to burn to the ground. Not before a piece of it was lodged into Punga. We removed it, and now Juno is wearing it, which is cool. Then we got ambushed by some wargs, and then everyone went down except for Juno. Juno managed to stabilize Waddy, and failing both medicine checks, failed to stabilize Punga. And whatever Millman's character's name is, Zeb Creek, one of the Wavy Brain clan. And they died.
Rest in peace, Trike.
Right, that's the one.
Brain.
The lumpiest of brains. His bloodline ends today. Gentlemen, or I suppose lady, you stand currently alone in a field of the dead. Waddy is stable, barely breathing, undoubtedly wounded from being pounced on by wargs. These weird dog hybrids, or wolf hybrids, with man faces and canine teeth. So, Juno, what do you do? What do you do, Juno?
A great question. Juno falls out of her rage, which has been ongoing. She just kind of like clears these corpses of these wargs out of the way and just throws Waddy over her shoulder. She wants to kind of drag the others into an area that is not surrounded by warg corpses, so that any scavengers aren't just going to come and eat their corpses. But priority is getting Waddy out of here, and then coming back for the others if she can. But she wants to find somewhere safe in the area that isn't too much of a travel to set up camp for the evening.
Okay. So you want to move like 300 or 500 feet away? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
John is going to check his overworld map real quick to see how far we got before this ambush happened. Because this is either going to be in the beginning, middle, or end of a day. And the map is loaded in. There we are. Thanks, phone, for going off and telling me that I am, in fact, online. What a great phone. It looks like this was during the middle of the day, so you have plenty of time to give me that survival check to set up camp prematurely. Nice.
That's about right.
There's just not enough supplies. You find a shrub. You look at Trike and drag over whatever the fuck Munga Chunga Punga's name was.
Bunga.
Yeah. Was there anything you grabbed off their bodies?
Let's think.
Because Trike had a few things. He had that flute.
Trike had the axe. Lumpy
Yeah,
Brain
I'll
had
definitely
the
take the axe.
Trike had the swift kill armor. As
Yeah,
well
he
as the
also had-
moccasins of silent death.
Yeah, I
He
will
also
strip
had the short
them
blade of
down
silent death.
Okay.
and just take everything.
Okay, are you ready to add stuff to your character sheet? I'm gonna read stuff
let's
off
do it.
and then delete stuff.
Yep.
Alright, you grab his backpack, which has the ring of wavy lines in it. So add that to your character sheet.
Mhm.
You take off his shoes, the moccasins of silent death. You grab the big waistband / skirt of snakeskin known as Swift Kill armor. And then he has the Silent Death Tooth, which acted as a +1 short sword. I believe Punga had the axe. Is this correct? Was it Punga or was it Trike? I don't.
Yes, it was Punga.
Punga had
Bunga
it.
had it.
Okay. But
Punga
now
had that hide armor and an addle, I believe.
Wow. You don't care about the addle. Got plenty of those.
Billions of them.
At least 10. All of those things, the axe, the whatever it's truly called, is easily throwable into a backpack, as well as the short sword, since it's just a tooth with a currently broken handle. The other things you can wear or bundle into the bag, they're all pretty, it's just leather, right? And then you take off. Into the wild, maybe a 1/10 of a mile away, to set up camp. You have food. You guys went out with 4 people's worth of food. Your own tribe is a day or so behind you. Like a day and a half at this point. Just due to the fact that you were running down a mountain and then set a fucking forest on fire. And they kind of had to revert. You're not sure if they'll even be able to find the markers you've laid down. So you're pretty much alone, Juno. Truly alone with Wadi for the next 1 to 4 hours.
Yeah, I don't think Juno's used to being alone. Being in a position of responsibility, there's always people around. Advising. She's not the best survivalist, she's not the best hunter.
Yeah.
Which explains why we got a 9 on the survival check.
It's true. Well, 3 hours later into night, or, that twilight, I suppose, the sun going down, Wadi will wake up. Throat dry. Barely not bleeding to death. 1 hit point looking ass.
Where are we?
You are alive. Better than others.
like will like sit up from like you probably like placed him like against a tree or something. And, like looks around. Oh. Okay. Like looks at his person. Ugh. Like meekly raises a hand, grabbing some like grass from like the ground. As he'll cast a spell. Cure wounds on himself. Oh no, not cure wounds, healing word.
Healing word, you say?
I heal 8.
What do you say to yourself to make you heal?
I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Just like straining his arms. Oh, not yet, not yet. Okay, okay. Just like convincing himself while the magic doesn't really get rid of the pain, just like the deep wounds. Ugh. Is tribe okay?
Oh no. We must find our way back to them in the morning.
All right. We go in the morning. My head hurts.
Rest. I take watch.
All night?
All night.
Okay. See you in the morning. Just like meekly collapses and tries to get to sleep.
Yeah, Juno will stay up all night, keeping watch.
The night is long, Juno. Is there anything you do to keep yourself awake?
I think she thinks a lot, right, of how that situation could have gone different. What she did wrong. Was Waddy the right person to save? So yeah, she's just replaying that scenario over and over again in her head. Thinking about, ancestors that have faced worse and lived. But she couldn't, right? She couldn't protect the people she was charged with protecting.
That's fair. Can someone please roll me a 1d10?
Sure.
How ominous.
High is good, right?
Alright, let's go look at what the 9 means.
Things happen on even, other things happen on odd. What happens on the numbers? Who knows?
Welcome to the layers of autism. Alright. The holy number, 9! The inverted 6.
Bested only by 6 placed before it.
Doesn't tell me anything. I need to go deep diving now. Hang on. We're playing that game of how many folders.
Oh, so you're saying
deep.
it's a new magic item, right, Pog?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the
No.
insert gibberish, John.
Yeah, it's this. You'll figure this out later.
It's not, no. Okay. We figured it out. Miss Juno. During the night, you will hear a very strange noise. Like a stick or a log being dragged through mud. And I kind of hand wave rain at this point, because it's just so damn consistent. But after setting that fucking forest on fire the day before, it is now truly raining here. The land reacting to the smoke that has billowed into the sky. Can you give me a perception check? Yeah. You hear this, like, echoing, shuffling noise for several hours, coming about 1,000 feet away. And it's soft, it's distant, of course. It's over 1,000 feet. But it is, like, in your mind. It's in your head, being louder than it should be. And then as it gets closer, you realize that it's probably right next to where your friends died. Or at least where all the wargs were. You don't have a fire going, which is probably a good thing. But you do have your ball of light. What do you do during this moment, Juno? Wadi collapsed on the ground, splayed out.
I pull out the ball of light.
Okay. You've
How
now...
far away are we from them?
You're like 500 feet, bro. You're nowhere
Yeah,
close. Do you begin to approach?
Yes. Yes. Even though it's going to kill me, yes.
You leave Wadi defenseless on the ground, not waking him at all. Mr.
It'll be
Underground,
fine.
Patrick the player, how does it fucking feel?
It feels nothing because he's unconscious.
No,
Exactly.
you,
I'll
the
back before he
player!
knows.
I want to know the meta, the meta emotion right now.
I fully respect every decision made by any player if it directly harms my
Damn,
characters.
you're a better
Keeping it
man than
forward.
I
so
would be
It sounds
pissed.
scripted. You're reading off of a script.
He is.
I just heard license to torpedo come across my ears.
Because we're all in this together. I can't stop you
Exactly.
from
Jesus
killing
Christ.
yourself. Other than with words, but he's unconscious.
Juno, you draw the big-ass orb and head into the darkness. You were in a plain. There are light hills. And as you come across the scene, the dim light reflecting a form of a 15-foot tall, pale-skinned giant of a creature with a clubbed foot that it is dragging behind it, inspecting the dead that it is organizing.
A 15-foot tall what you cut out for me?
A giant. A pale-skinned man. He has no genitalia despite being naked. His facial features are incredibly weird. His eyes are far too big. His ears are far too small. His nose is barely existent. And his mouth literally starts at his temples and works its way to the bottom of his chin. You assume it is a he, because it has no genitalia at all, including female nor male parts. It is distinctly not human. Oof.
I would like to leave now.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Chicken, bok bok.
Okay.
What would you like me to do?
Well, I don't
Roll to
know.
find Wadi.
I want you to tell me what you want to do as you just see this thing in a dim light towering over the wargs, ignoring you.
Yeah, this thing's gonna kill me. I'm leaving.
Yes. As you leave, quickly, are you stashing the ball of light or still using it?
Definitely. Definitely. The second I see it, the ball's going away.
Okay. As the night falls upon you, no stars, no moon in the sky. Okay. You will not see the diminutive form, or no, the anti-diminutive, the massive form of this creature vanish. It will blend in perfectly despite being pale white, much like Trike, whose flesh is now obscured in the void. You run away, hearing the... I don't want to call it a laugh, because humans know what a laugh is. But there's just this mocking, as if the attempt at laughter is in itself like a mockery of mankind, and the just emote that is laughter. And you run the fuck away into the darkness, trying to escape this thing. And you do. You trip over Waddy, because you don't really have a campsite. You just have a backpack that's on the ground 1,000 feet away from wherever the fuck you just came from.
I just go back to watch.
Okay.
Thing didn't seem particularly interested.
Did you want it to chase you, Juno?
Not really. Kind of happy with how that went down. I didn't die, and Waddy's still here.
Yeah.
I will wake Waddy up and tell him though.
What happened?
Big man to south. Big man tall as tree.
What? What you say?
Juno's delusional, Waddy. What the fuck?
What do you mean, big man, tallest tree?
What
There's
more
no
you
man
need?
anymore.
Big man tall as tree. At bodies. Corpses south.
Should we leave?
I mean, probably. I didn't seem interested. Didn't notice or didn't seem interested. Wanted bodies.
Maybe we should. Oh, no, we can't leave. We can at night. Try to go to where tribe is.
How late in the night? How many hours we got till morning?
That is a good.
10. It's 2 hours in.
It's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate, yes.
I don't go to sleep then. We just stay awake, wait for tribe.
Dangerous moving through night. Even with light orb.
We stay here.
We stay.
Alright. How tall are these trees?
There are no trees around you. There's like shrub.
Okay.
You're in the plains.
Oh yeah.
Not very defensible position.
No, not at all. You guys are kind of fucked. Right? If something chooses to attack you, you guys are so fucked.
We lay in grass. We hide.
Very still.
Bugs will
We do
crawl
that.
on you. Insects. Annoyances. Nuisances, truly. And eventually dawn will come. The river of light, as it were. Cresting the horizon. Bringing in that beautiful orange flare of light and life into the world. Banishing the specters and spirits. And revealing quite a lot of grass. You both are exhausted. Please take 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should go check where Big Man was.
Alright.
I assume you do.
Carefully.
You scoot your way down, stealthy, sneaky beaky like, probably waiting like 20 minutes even after. But, 500 feet away, you would see a 15-foot tall guy. You're in like light hills, open plains. There's no way this guy could just fucking disappear. And yet, despite it all, he is not present.
Are the bodies still there?
Yeah. Give me a investigation check, though.
Are there tracks of this giant person?
That's what the investigation check's for.
Oh, you want one
9.
as well
Yes.
for me? All right. Sure.
Disadvantage.
Yes. 13.
13. No, there is no tracks at all. Save for the ones you yourself have made. It is lightly raining at the moment. But even then, it wouldn't, like, get away 18-hour... Well, yeah, like 18-hour-old tracks. There's no way it would.
At this point in our civilization, do we have any concept of, like, burying our dead? Of disposing our dead?
I was about to ask that. You tell me.
Yeah.
What is the proper way of grieving? Of venerating the fallen?
Well,
you know, to
I
do
think,
something. Yeah, go on.
I think is like what we would have probably done is just like strip the bodies and leave it out for like animals to scavenge. Because like we have no use. Like we already have plenty of bones from all the hunts. We don't need the meat, so that's never an option. Burying it requires us having the tools to do it, and like we need a spot for it. When we're more of like we're not as a sedentary tribe, and especially because we're on the move right now, like running for our lives.
Yeah, agreed.
Throw them in a ditch!
Pretty much. Leave them
Yeah,
as an
we just-
offering to the animal gods.
We just leave it to the animals, and we may one day hunt those animals.
Circle of life, baby.
True. Well, you wouldn't really be giving it to, like, the animals you hunt, right? You'd be giving it to, like, the crows and the vultures.
Yeah.
Fuck the birds.
Yeah. I was about to say, don't you guys hate birds? Like,
Yeah, fuck.
genetically predisposed just to hate. In
Yeah, we
which
start
case,
burying our
you
dead
may would
because
start burying
of
your
it.
dead with,
Yeah.
like, bone digging tools.
I don't think we have a shovel right now.
Yeah, we don't at the moment.
Do we see birds? In
Yeah,
this open
birds
plain?
are everywhere, bro.
Okay.
They fly. Scraw! You see vultures overhead. Like, what do you want from me? Yeah. Do I need to describe every single animal you come across? Oh, there's an ant. Oh, there's an ant. Oh, there's an ant. Oh,
I
there's
mean, there's
there must be a
there's a
million
more than
ants around you.
normal.
Why?
My
is there
god,
a
they're
more than
everywhere.
normal number of birds? How about that? What is even the normal number of birds to a caveman?
A swarm.
More than one is too many.
As soon as there are two, it is considered a swarm. Just with varying levels of health.
We have to leave them here or wait for a tribe. I don't even see the holes in the ground where our feet step in of this big thing either. Are you sure there was a big man?
Pretty sure. Maybe I got hit on head from Warg.
Let us
I'm
hope.
very tired.
I'm tired. They're dead.
Yeah, we did bad. Bad hunt.
It wasn't even a hunt. We were hunted.
True.
They found us. Just us, not the tribe.
In which case, very successful hunt.
Yeah, exactly. We
They'll
leave them
keep
here.
finding us. Them, yes, motioning towards the dead. But you saw the manticores in the sky when the fire raged the forest. They'll find us.
What do you suggest?
We need to leave some of the things we brought with us.
Agreed.
Many of the weapons we do not use now. If we could not fight them, motioning towards the monsters, the wargs, the things, then we can't do it now.
What you want to get rid of?
We keep the long spear and the orb, and everything else can go.
And the axe.
Do you use both an axe and spear?
If somebody else can have spear, it does less damage than axe.
Your tribal chieftain just said she wanted to get rid of the spear.
I never
Your
said get rid of.
tribe is built on.
You're putting words into my mouth.
Wadi. Someone else can have the spear. That is your tribal chieftain's, like, more or less resignation. Unless she's about to be like, we need a new fucking, like, we may be changing the clan name. That is, like, the level in which you have just, like, said.
Hold on, looking at... No, Druids. If you don't want spear, I will take it.
Oh, I mean, I do want spear.
We don't... The
You're
more we
getting
take,
mixed
the worse it
messages
is.
here. Why?
What do you want?
I think we can get rid of... Yeah, I agree. I think we should get rid of everything.
Shit. Do we keep the spear? Do you,
Yeah,
chieftain?
yeah, we
The
can.
orb... The orb
The
lets us see
spear,
at-
the orb.
The orb lets us see at night if we do get attacked. That's like it is required. I think we can get rid of everything else.
Don't need the ring. Don't need the Makison. Don't need the armor. Millman will be very upset that we got rid of his short sword, but whatever. He's not here to argue.
Want to buy followers? No, I don't. Why don't you fuck off? See you later.
Oh, you guys
nerd.
didn't take the short sword?
We're not taking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you take dual weapon fighting?
No. I haven't taken anything because I'm just a shitty guy. I gotta edit my character sheet real quick before my character formally exists.
That's fair.
There we go.
This
Nothing
is-
happened. No one heard or saw anything.
Are you keeping the panther claw? The nail biter?
I
The
want to.
battle axe?
That is up to you.
Kind of also need to keep the thing that's attached to my arm.
Yeah, you can't get rid of
That
Don't
we
have
can't
much
get
of a
rid
choice on that. I think if we keep the axe, that still gets rid of, half a dozen things. I think we'll be in a lot better spot than we are at the moment.
It is your decision. You are the leader. You are chief.
Juno will, over the bodies of Punga and Trike, lay the ring of X-ray, the boots, the swift kill armor, the short sword. Let me just make sure I
Okay.
don't have anything else.
Just delete it. Just delete it from your sheet.
Yeah. Just making sure we don't have anything else I'm
Can
forgetting
we
about.
break the silent death dagger?
I mean, it's technically
Can we just,
already
like-
broken right now. It's just a tooth, right? The handle's gone. You need. I mean, you want to break the tooth itself? Yeah, you could do that. You just need like 2 rocks.
We don't need it anymore.
You
could
break if you
drink
want.
the marrow, even. It's a tooth, right? The enamel. Look it
That's
clean.
gross as fuck.
If we won't make use of this, no one will. We saw how it broke. What he would not say fate. What ill omen it brought us, and just grabs a rock.
Yeah, you break it. It shatters. Kind of pathetically. You wondered, like, what was the big deal about this thing in the first place?
Our ancestors liked it for some reason.
Sure.
Looks towards the armor. I don't. This is weird. We should
What
go.
weird? Okay. Should
Where are
try
you
find
guys?
tribe.
Where are you going?
To the tribe.
Where's the tribe?
You tell me.
North? Throws out Druidcraft.
Yeah.
What's the weather like? Cause
It's
knows
literally
what-
raining.
perfect. North, northwest. That
Yeah, I was
direction
trying
or
to
that direction.
Retrace our steps.
Okay. You head northwest. 1, 2. Let's roll our random encounter die.
Ooh, hit die.
Oh my
Oh
fucking
no, we didn't. We did
God.
rest.
No, we didn't rest. Is that
What?
you did
What
it
is
again.
happening?
Yes.
A
You did
100?
it again.
No!
More magic.
It's not a 100.
Ah, this
Someone
killing
roll
some
me
stuff
a
is something I know you want to.
1d10.
All right, I got it.
What
Rolling
is...
the dice. It's a
Oh my
9.
God.
Here we go again.
This
Now
is
you
the
get to see
same
Big
thing.
Man.
Big man.
What
shitty
big man
foot.
you talk about? I still don't believe what the. Sean's just.
Wait, no, you got rid of some items. This may not be an instant death.
Okay.
It's not a guaranteed thing anymore. That's always going to be abominations.
This is
What?
why we dumped it.
Nope, wrong thing. Which
Oh,
it
it's
was.
abominations even.
Alright, you got rid of like half your stuff.
Yeah.
We've only got 3 things left.
Yeah, only 3. Well, 4 because of the
Oh,
wristband
yeah.
now.
True.
True.
Planes. Alright, cool. And then aberrations. Cool.
Much better.
Okay. You are in luck. Well, I mean, it's still a mammoth attack, but, you know. It's better than, flying monsters who definitely want to kill you, right? You are out in the plains, heading across this field, trying to get back into that smoky, brambly area where you were before you fled into the plains to outrun a forest fire. Smells awful like charcoal. Okay, yes. Mammoths! Woo! Mammoth behavior. What are these mammoths doing? Stipulations? No. God, I'm looking at all of my fucking handouts.
Running for their lives, directly towards us.
Random encounter animal behaviors. They are technically considered as prey. John will roll his d20. If I could, there it is. You are, oh, okay. You are watching mammoths in a low pond. Like a groove or like a small reservoir, which has just been collecting rainwater for quite some time. And it seems like a group of these mammoths are just hanging out, having a blast, doing the whole elephant trunk thing, getting their fur wet. You can probably just sneak up on them if you truly wanted to. And get within like 5 feet of them and get a full surprise round. You guys want to fight some jump a mammoth?
No. Surprisingly, with 2 of us, no.
Well,
The chance for that is past.
okay. You keep going into the forest then. When your movement shall be halted there. Oop. That looked funny. I didn't mean to move you more than that. Instead of moving you 1 tile, I moved you 3 to the same tile, 1 tile away. Without your rangers, who were the people letting you move through forests so quickly, shit's kind of fucked. You're super slow. And since the tribe was following you from a distance, who were following the rangers, they're super slow too. And they had to go out of their own way. Guys, you're in the middle of like a burned out forest that you yourself started. And you don't know where your tribe is. And as you sit down within the ash of your own failings, what's the play here, guys?
God, and because the forest is burned down, I can't see any, like, druid craft on the trees, right? Left by, like, the tribe? No.
No. Also, you're like the world's first druid. No one else has druid craft right now.
Probably that,
It's
yeah.
the guy who keeps running up. He's like, "Can't you read these messages?" And they're like, "What the fuck are you on about?" Like,
Come on,
fuck
man.
Can't you
off.
see the scratch in the tree?
Yeah, Trike made it. Use a knife. His stupid tooth.
We don't know where the tribe is. Like,
We
they could
don't.
have gone in any direction when the fire came.
They could have, yeah.
Starting to think fire was maybe bad idea.
It was always a bad idea.
Not to speak ill of the dead, but whoever
Well-
did that was a fucking dumbass.
It was a good idea at the time. We must continue the search. We will not survive just the 2 of us.
Do you think the tribe are still trying to go to the clearing? They must be,
Probably.
right?
Yes.
Or they head back. To slam the jam?
Do not think they would have turned around. Unless fire made them.
Wadi will point down, like, on our map, like the left side of the mountain. You think they went that side? Away from fire? Away from Manticore?
Maybe.
We must try. We can hug the forest, see the plains.
Search for any signs of large groups traveling. Cannot be sneaky in group that size. We start tracking them.
We must. In the morning.
In the morning. Sleep.
Yes, we sleep now.
Yes. You shall try to sleep. Definitely. John rolled a number which he wants to keep secret. It's not a 90 plus again. During the night, you will hear a faint buzzing sound, but you are unbothered. Yeah. No big deal. The morning comes. You are in the edge of a burned out forest that you yourselves have burned down. A day away from your companions who are super fucking dead. And your tribe nowhere to be seen.
We still have one exhaustion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It
Alright.
takes a long rest to get rid of it.
Alright. We go. We hope.
We look for signs.
Okay, so you go back the way you just were? Is that what
No. We go.
No.
We're going like this on the map. So we can see the plains on one side and the forest on the other. Because if the tribe did not cross like that threshold between the plains and the forest, then we know that they did not stay like in this area at all.
Didn't you come from the Panther Totem? This direction?
Yeah, but we went like this.
Yeah,
Because
but-
we just said,
and then
"Oh,
set-
panther tracks," and then went
Then set the
back
forest on fire.
for the tribe, and
Yeah.
then like went like this.
so if
which means
they're
the
a
tribe was,
day
like-
behind you, right? You camped here, and then you walked here.
We went back specifically to not confuse the tribe,
Mhm.
like to go to the panther, because that was like the dense wood.
Yeah.
If the tribe went
But-
that direction, we don't know.
So they're always a day behind you, and you are always leaving markings of where you're going. So if you go one direction, and they suddenly start following you in that direction, and then a day later you go back to that same position not to confuse them, they're still gonna be following you a day behind. Right.
I think it's because when
So
we
you
saw
think
the
they're
fire...
going north towards the ocean now?
No, we think they're somewhere in the area. Like, away from the fire with the manticores that we saw overhead. Is our running guess. They could have gone through the now burnt forest.
Okay. You head north, I guess. Or north by northwest. Through the woods. Well, big brain question time right now, guys. Are you in like going through a forest tile, or are you in the plains? I'm not gonna let you have plane movement speed while in forest. So you have to choose one or the other.
With planes. Move quicker.
Okay.
Plains.
One.
And if we don't find them within this day, then obviously they're not here.
Mhm.
We think.
Or give me perception checks as John rolls the random encounter table. Okay.
At disadvantage. Ooh,
Is this more wargs?
Oh, can only hope.
True. It is not. It is animals this time. So a 15 and an 11. In the plains, a 30-something is giant vultures, giant hyenas, giant lions. No, just regular lions. Alrighty, let us roll this 1d3. That is a 2. That means giant vultures, baby. Oh,
Oh, it's
my
nice
God.
knowing you guys.
Bye.
Oh,
You
fuck. He'll
see
see.
in the sky birds a-circling. That's basically it.
Over us?
Yeah, currently.
We should not fight birds.
No.
Let's see how many there are. 1d4 plus 1. Oh.
It's
4 of
obvious we
them.
didn't find our
4 of
tribe.
these circling giant vultures. Let us do their perception check. They're looking for food. Alright. So, you see the birds. You don't know if the birds see you since they're fucking flying and circling just the general area. They're hundreds of feet in the sky. What's the plan, chiefs?
Not to fight birds.
Run into the forest, make our way back
was
to
just
the
about- yeah.
tribe.
Can we like head into the forest? Try and lose these birds.
That's what we try to do.
You sprint to the woods. And the vultures leave you in peace. Because they are opportunistic scavengers, even if they are giant. Okay. You do not see any sign of your tribe this day.
Which means the tribe are probably next to the... Or like waited a bit maybe, which means they're probably following our tracks.
We should just stay put for 3 days and see if they come to us.
Shouldn't we try and meet up with them now?
Yeah, but I
We're
think we're
not-
going in circles around each other.
Huge brain plan to start another fire. There's no way they'd miss that.
Yeah, we just
True.
burn down this portion of the forest.
Yep.
And this time not an actual forest fire, just a singular smokestack.
Damn. If only one of you were a fire tender.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
The background designed solely to do long-range communications and read smoke signs.
Do we see any smoke? Any smoke? If, like, we were to look.
No, you do not.
They're not in this area.
No, they are not.
No. No.
That being said, there's not a lot of firewood in the plains.
Guess we should go back south?
The tribe knows south, at least, that direction. If we get lost, if the tribe thinks we got lost or died, they're gonna continue heading in that direction. Right?
Assumedly,
Sure.
you would hope.
We are hoping, yes.
Alright. Nighttime encounter. Another 16. Well, 16 to 18. But, that is no aberrations, even if I rolled aberrations, and minor animals. What is going on with this random encounter sheet? What the fuck?
The loss of the Pathfinders, the two Rangers definitely makes this a hell of a journey.
Wolves, if John is feeling a little salty. Am I feeling salty? I'm not
No,
feeling
you're
salty
feeling
right
pity.
now. I do feel pity. Yeah, you guys are dumb. The day comes,
We are
you
cavemen, yeah.
start heading south along the plains. Back the way you came. Less than 30 miles away from your original goal. You just fucking bum rush the other direction. Am I gonna have to kill you with fucking manticores now? Ooh, potentially. Potentially, manticores.
Yeah.
Roll me a 1d10, gentlemen.
This could be the very first.
Oh.
Oh,
Hey.
oh no.
That would
Is
be a
this the first
manticore
T-Rex
if I
encounter?
rolled.
I thought high was bad. No, it's odds and evens.
You don't know my
Everything's
system.
bad. That's the
We're
problem.
learning.
It makes sense to me. But
Oh,
it's
no.
impossible to decipher.
1 and 2's bad. 9 and 10 also bad. Everything else is okay.
Yeah, kinda.
5's the crit. Please, God, no. He knows too much.
Well, you guys don't know
Eliminate
about
him.
my secret dice that I roll in conjunction with yours, which is the, like, true thing of, like, oh, maybe you get a magical item, or maybe you meet a god. You know?
If this is the end, this is a terrifying, like, last 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's wandering around lost and in the rain.
Okay, I've rolled it. You guys, while walking through the woods one day, not the woods, the plains this day, the rain will sort of go away. And although you could have rolled a manticore this time, instead you see these ginormous, size large, big ass furry abominations known as gerbils. No, as prairie dogs. They are
Large
technically
size.
badgers.
Ooh.
Giant
Badgers.
badgers.
Oh, God.
That have been reskinned into being giant prairie dogs.
Someone's
That-
calling me.
Okay. That jump up from their burrows and stare at you as you fucking look at them. Guys, did you know prairie
gonna go
dogs? Just do your
I
thing,
gotta
man.
go take care of a disaster.
Go, man.
I know what you're about to say.
They eat their young. They cannibalize their young. Specifically
Gross.
the aunts. The aunts do this. Prairie dog facts are horrible, guys. You ever do like a creature feature or something with them? Okay, I need to roll random encounter. They are considered a prey animal. Where's my prey behavior?
Aren't prairie dogs like extremely aggressive like omnivores for anything their
They
size or lower?
are... No, not usually.
Stop putting ideas in his head.
They are skittish creatures that are super territorial. One fun fact about prairie dogs is they have really poor vision. So what they do to, like, know each other or to identify if they're, like, in the same family group is literally go up and French kiss each other. Like, they taste one another in their lips and mouth. And then they realize, oh, you're my uncle. Or you're my aunt.
Oh my god.
And then they fight. Like, so imagine for a moment, Charlie, you, nearly blind, come out into the sun, meet a person, French kiss them, realize they're not directly your family, and then you have to, like, actually
The
throw
fuck?
down and beat up them. And there are millions of these fuckers. Just
What if they're just like, how dare you French kiss better than me, you bastard?
yeah, you don't taste like my sister. Just
Oh, God.
All right, guys. All right, Timber,
fucking
you were here
animal
for it.
facts.
Yeah.
You know how to quote him for that one.
Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. I hate these stupid prairie dogs. And I hate you. We're gonna go fight some giant badgers after our break. We'll be right back, everybody. Where'd my music go? Hello, everybody, and I have brought us to a battle map immediately because they're either going to die here and now to giant badgers, also known as giant prairie dogs, or they'll stomp them because they're giant prairie dogs. Okay. Guys, roll initiative right now. Let's do this. There's no need to hesitate. We don't need to take 2 minutes thinking about this. Let's just fucking
If this happens again!
This is gonna be just like the
Oh my god.
just like the boars. You're going down and you know it.
Hang on. Why do I have 2 Junos here on my screen? Because I live by a different code. Alright, understood. Somehow Punga and Trike survived initiative order from last time. Alright. Giant Badger, number 1. Both of you are surprised, so the surprise round is a wash. Because they pop out, they have bad eyesight. You were just right by the hole when they just sort of popped out at you. So, this is not an advantage, but this is at Wadi, as the one on the bottom right goes first. It, fun fact, has multi-attack, and it will bite you and claw you.
Miss and hit.
I was about to say, a 21 definitely hits, and that is the damage you suffer, as this one is in technical combat already with the Barbarian, and will do the same thing. Bite, claw,
Hit.
Get fucked! And now, Juno, it is your turn.
I would like to rage.
You rage! Is this your last
One
rage?
does.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Can Gino use the thing? The Briar?
Ooh, that's true.
Oh, yeah. Your Briar.
Yes.
It does hit... Wait. What's your AC normally?
15.
Okay, the first one did not hit you.
Oh.
The second one did hit you. And you can, if you want, use your reaction to do, I think it's 1d6 plus your strength modifier.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah. This is the second time this has been used. Oh my god, you almost kill it in 1 hit. Bringing it to 2 hit points. Ugh. This vine, you notice, has more or less surrounded your arm. Whenever, like, your blood starts pumping, it gets a little bit bigger. And as you raise your arm defensively to stop the first strike, it more or less acts like what will later be known as a shield. So you have figured out one of the components. This is a magical item that gives you +2 AC, as though it were a shield, even though shields do not exist yet on a fundamental level. As well as whenever you do get hit, you may use it to attack. You have 20 fucking strength? What the oh my god, I forgot. You're stronger than Bala.
Yep.
Okay. And you can do that a limited number of times, which you are quickly realizing is going to be 3 per long rest.
Sure.
So please keep
Does
that
it-
in mind.
Does it break after that, or does it just stop functioning after that?
You know, you're going to find out if you ever use it again.
Sure.
Okay, giant badger number... No, wait, you still haven't used your action yet.
That
Why
was-
don't you take your turn? I'm sorry.
Alright. Balak just like spins around on the spot, pulls out the long tooth, the big tooth, whatever. And
Not
we'll
the axe.
finish off this badger. Ooh. Sorry, that should be... Yeah, that's 11.
That'll hit.
I didn't say I was attacking recklessly, so...
That will kill it. Yeah, it dies. Yeah.
Please don't die, Waddy.
Alright, this giant badger now bites you. Will hit you. Do you wish to use your reaction since your turn just came by?
Nope.
And slap it. Alright, you suffer 2 of that damage. Do 1d6 plus 5. Or just do
No,
a
I
spear.
don't want to use it.
Oh, you don't? Okay, never
No.
mind. I heard yeah, I'm sorry. Sounds good. Wadi!
Wadi takes the dodge action and casts Cure Wounds on himself. Ah! 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 Just like flailing about.
You
He-
cast Cure
he
Wounds
heals-
on yourself and then you dodge?
Healing word.
There we go.
Healing. Yep.
What do you say to yourself
I
as you
healed
heal?
5.
Is that your last spell
Not
slot?
yet, not yet, not yet. Yep. Not
Okay.
yet, not yet, not yet. Just like throwing hands at this thing.
All right, these are at disadvantage then. 16?
Hit
Haha, 6.
for 6.
And then 21
Sure. Yeah, that hits me, John.
for 7.
I'm down.
You're down.
Got
Badger's
him.
dead. Juno,
Ladies and gentlemen, he got him.
I fucking did it.
Yep.
Wadi's a
attack.
fucking goner.
Actually,
Yep.
I don't need to reckless attack. These things are fucking nothing.
Here comes the natural one.
I should have
Yes!
reckless attack. Fuck you. Fuck you.
This is how it happens. It's bad luck.
You miss only on a natural one, and it happened. Holy shit! I'm a
fuck
psychic.
You did it. I gave you my power. I
You
believe
gave
it.
me your power
Oh
as
my
the
God.
giant badger comes to fuck your day, Juno. Also rolling that one.
Now it misses.
and a
Now
7.
it misses.
Wadi, give us your first death saving throw. You dumb fuck.
Nat 20.
You know, what was
That
Wadi
one.
supposed to do?
You know,
That
mathematically, it was
That
on
one.
your side. They only have +3 to hit, which means, yeah, I rolled an 18, a 19, and 2 13s.
Yep.
That's really unfortunate. Are these? They're omnivores. Will they just eat you?
Oh yeah.
Hang on.
Just drag it down into the burrow. You know you want to.
It's gonna use a perception check to see if it even notices. It should notice her. But if he rolls a natural 1 on his perception... Well, I could do this. I don't need a physical dice. Yeah, okay. He sees the other food and his companion, mate, or brother fighting the barbarian, and he'll shift over. This giant fucking prairie dog comes to claw you. Biting at you. Missing. Clawing at you. Missing.
Oh my god.
Oh, you didn't recklessly
Juno.
attack? Unfortunate.
Nope. Okay. What are the odds of that happening again? That's not reckless attack.
Low.
We'll attack the one that just downed Waddy.
Okay. Yeah, you hit. Do 12 damage. That's not 12 damage.
Not quite.
So close.
Okay.
It was a low damage roll.
That was a roll
Oh
damage
my
roll.
god.
You would have killed the other one, though. That one had 10 HP. The one with 10 HP goes to claw and bite you. Missing and hitting, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
For 2. Would you like to use your reaction?
No.
Okay. Waddy, don't roll a 1.
This is hilarious. Alright,
This is
here
how
we
you.
go.
This is how you get one.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Giant Badger goes again. It's gonna bite and claw. Missing.
Dismissed.
Juno.
16, unfortunate.
Alright. We'll just kill the weak one.
All right.
Oh,
The
Pog.
weak one dies. And because you didn't target the guy going next in initiative order, there's still a chance. Bite. Claw. Missing.
No.
Waddy. Combat.
what? Another pass?
All right. 2
Oh,
passes.
Fine.
Giant
You
Badger's
almost got
dead.
it,
Juno. That'll hit.
There it is.
All right. There we go.
Alright, one last chance.
Well, your last chance to roll natural 1. All right.
Hey, I'm stable.
Oh, you're
you
fine. You're
stable
fine.
yourself.
Yeah,
Congratulations. We are back at the start of the session now. We are
I get
one
hit by 2
tile.
attacks.
No, wait. We're still 1 tile away from where
You
we
said-
truly started.
You said at the start of the session that we had to kill time anyway because Millman's not here. So,
Yeah.
we're just doing as you asked.
You're great. You guys are doing exactly as I asked. Fucking Charlie's just over here not wanting to play his stupid fucking goat pervert.
I can't fucking wait until I either make you guys so uncomfortable you have to exile him so I can get a new character, or you just kill him on the spot, and then John gets
take
to
one
make
for the
some cool
team.
fucking like.
And kill the goat pervert.
Hey guys, you
be
don't want to
better
drink
than
this milk.
Jesus Christ.
You don't even know it's called milk.
You know, well, you know what milk is. You've been breastfed as a
Yeah.
child. Come on.
Yeah.
It's like your mom used to make it, only better.
True. Because it's from somebody else's mom.
Oh man,
This is getting weird. I don't know if we can keep going, guys.
You're not even here yet. We're not
I'm
even
gonna-
at the
I'm
trial.
gonna-
Okay.
He's gonna have a goat strapped to his back with udders on like his shoulders so he can squirt you.
Fuck, man.
Let the psychic damage begin.
Waddy wakes up in 1d4 hours. Okay.
Yeah, I'll roll it in secret. Just for you.
Back to you, Juno.
Gino! Your friend's gonna be unconscious for quite some time, it seems.
Yeah, this is becoming a theme. Juno just starts skinning these fucking prairie dogs.
Do you have a hunter's thing?
Yeah, I've got leather working kit,
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, let's see it. You're
8.
only... Alright, so you just
Dog's
grab a prairie dog and rip its skin off with your bare hands. You're exhausted, you're tired, and you are also in prairie dog country. There are quite a few of these things, bud, and they're opportunistic omnivores. More of them are going to start showing up to cannibalize their dead.
I grab Waddy and leave.
With a wet pelt that you have torn off with your bare hand. You will drag Waddy away. You ripped him in two like a phone book. Jesus Christ. Night will fall as you guys finish your traveling 4 hours later. You basically lose a third of a day, Waddy, and wake up at night again. Can you give me a survival roll, please? Mr. Alex. Jesus Christ.
Just lost.
It is a rough going, guys. You're almost out of food. I think Juno had enough common sense to take some of a prairie dog with her. And it's just heating it over like a grass fire. Not eating like a true. It's just gross raw meat. It smells of smoke.
We need a ranger. Fuck this.
We need to go. We should just go.
It is dark. We cannot go.
When it is day, just go south, past the mountains, and hope our truck has gone there as well.
Yeah. Hopefully John takes pity on us.
It's your nightly encounter. I'm enjoying the ride, guys.
If you don't
Oh,
know
fuck.
T-Rex by now, like what are we doing?
Give me a D10 roll. I think the thing might be back.
I think it's your turn, Waddy.
All right,
roll 9.
it's mine. It's a 2.
Okay.
What you guys don't know is the giant's actually just gonna be like, oh hey, yeah, I saw a bunch of your fucking idiots like over there.
Yeah, he's just a friendly pale giant.
He's just like, I just really hate the sun, man. I've been allergic to it ever since I was born.
Help a brother
I've
out.
been living in the mountains in a cave.
Wait, what's the sun? It's the River of Stars. Duh.
The River of Light.
Thought there was no stars.
Well, something has to make light, right?
Well, I thought there was a sun
No.
during the day.
It's a River of Light. That
Right,
is,
man.
there is no such thing as the sun. Sun does not
Holy
exist.
shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
No stars, no moon, no sun. It's just void.
It's just the void.
Soon we'll invent astrology.
True. Okay. You got 2.
Yep.
1, 2. Oh.
May I have a weapon?
Yeah, you may.
Do you not have a weapon?
You may have a weapon.
What weapon do you give?
Waddy, you, while just rolling over, find a very sharp piece of rock. And it just jabs you painfully, almost dealing a point of damage and knocking you back unconscious. You quickly move it from the side you were resting uncomfortably on. You did cut yourself on it. It seems rather sharp. And although there's no light, truly, well, I mean, you have your little ball of light, I guess. Yeah. You just see this, like... It's not glass. You don't know what glass is, since glass doesn't exist. It is almost like a light-absorbing rock. It's completely black. It's got this weird dark hue to it. It doesn't look like it's from any of the bigger rocks. It's just here in the middle of the grassy field, and you just so happen to stab yourself on it. It's like going to the beach where only one bottle has ever been broken on it, and finding that one piece of... You're basically the actor who played Samwise Gamgee in The River of Lord of the... You guys know that? No, okay.
No. Like, a bit confused, like, oh, what the fuck? Wait. We'll, like, reach for, like, the long tooth from Juno and just, like, poke at the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Does it move?
No. It's a rock.
Alright. I put the long tooth back and, like, carefully grab it not to hurt myself.
Yeah. It's sharp.
It's just a rock, right?
Yeah, it's a very sharp rock. Maybe like 6 inches long. It's thin.
I just put it back down and go and take my rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A thought does occur to you during this time of handling the rock and then eventually putting it down. This is all Juno's fault.
Well, okay.
Waddy.
It was the
Well-
decision of all
No,
of them
Waddy.
wanting to bring all the...
You don't understand. This thought comes into your head intrusively. As you put the rock down, you look at Juno and know for a moment this is all of her fault. 2 of your tribesmen are dead. You've almost died twice. This is the worst leadership that has ever been just told of your entire
She
oral
is the
history.
chief. She is the chief.
She is a failure of a chief, Waddy. And you think this thought. You can argue against yourself all you want. But it is your thought.
No. Wadi acknowledges, at the end of the day, the chief is the one that makes the decision. And when the decision is made, look where we are now. Half
Indeed.
of our party has died. We've lost the tribe. And it's just that moment of quiet contemplation.
Yep.
He was raised within the Longtooth tribe. he saw the downfall of the Longtooth tribe, and this is where it end.
True.
The tribe could even be dead. There's only one direction to go.
You're right. There's only one direction
that's
to go,
left.
you say, as you pick up the rock and pocket it.
All right. Let me add it to my character sheet.
Yeah, add it to your character sheet, please.
Mean rock is what that is.
First
It's a mean
obsidian
rock.
stone.
Can you put on your character sheet +1 question mark question mark question mark?
Oh no.
Done.
Thank you.
Is this how you get mind flayers?
No. Well, maybe. The night comes to an end. Uneventfully. For now. Bate Dime comes, guys. Juno! Where are you heading with your sulky druid?
Oh man, that's a really good
Um,
hit dice roll.
Yeah, so is mine.
Very nice. Good short rests all around.
Yeah,
High five.
We go south.
we continue south.
Yes.
You head south along the plains. Coming next to this massive cliff face wall, you pass the spot where the dead no longer are, and get to around here. And you see the gap. You can see, following the mountain range, this massive crevasse that's maybe, well, it's kind of hard to tell because you're still multiple miles away from it. But it's at least like 300 feet wide. And it just sort of goes into the mountain range. You don't know how truly deep the mountains go, which is a terrifying thought indeed. But here, in the twilight, you do see some of that smoke from a campfire. Just right in front of the crevasse.
Thank God.
Do you press
People-
on through the night? Force marching it with your glowing orb, just going straight towards it? Or do you camp out
So the-
here again?
The problem with that is if it's not our tribe, or if they're not friendly, we're fucked.
We're dead either way. We must go.
It's
Very
pretty rare for a tribe to be immediately hostile.
That's true.
But it could be more Children of Perdition, which are besieging this entire area, that a magical voice has led you towards.
I mean, what he's right. We're fucked either way. He's on 2 hit points. I don't think we can survive a nighttime encounter anyway.
And like when we get close enough, like, it's all plains, right? Like the area we're traversing
Well, light hills, plains, yeah. Shrub, bush.
and we only see like the smoke of their fire. We don't see the fire
Mhm.
yet.
Yeah.
Well,
You don't see, like, the
You
true entrance. You see, like, the crevasse, right? But it's not like you have a downward slope. If anything, there's going to be, like, terrain in the way. For perspective, I think you're, like, 16 miles away or something? No, you're 13 miles away from the genuine entrance.
well, we're already exhausted. We should probably just push through.
Yeah, great.
Okay. You push through. John draws the gates. There we go. You travel through the night. John will roll the nighttime encounter. Just to see. Yeah. Okay. Wild animals, no big deal. And you will approach, getting actual elevation on this thing, crawling up. Maybe you're like 600 feet away or so, when you see figures in a firelight shifting around, doing some weird kind of dance. There's like 10 of them.
This is not
Like
our
a big
tribe.
ass bonfire. I mean, you're 600 feet away. Shadows are just dancing around you. You're in the dark.
Yeah, it is nighttime.
Should
There you
approach.
go.
Chaka, ooka chaka. You just.
Can we recognize this as something what our tribe would do?
What tribe in human history has not danced around a fire before? It could be, yeah. It could be your tribesmen 600 feet away, getting high or drunk on goat milk. Or it could be a bunch of strangers.
We need to rest. Either way, we have very little choice.
The whole clan of goat
We must.
perverts.
The ultimate bad ending. We are in the darkest of timelines. Oh, God. At one point in human history, that was how it was. During that transitional period between, like, animal husbandry, which, you know, existed. Where'd my music go? What the fuck? So, are you going to try to camp out 600 feet away, or are you going to go join the dance?
We're going to approach cautiously.
Yes.
Cautiously, you say. Let me put on
Yes.
my spooky, cautious music. You approach, hearing the Unkachakas coming from the campfire. Give me a stealth check as you both sneak up. 2 hit points. and, like-
Disadvantage?
Oh, yeah. You're exhausted. Your legs are shaking. Your knees are weak. Your hands.
Also, you have a giant
sweating.
fucking orb of light.
You also have a giant orb
We're
of light
hiding
that
it.
you both forget to turn off. So as soon as you crest the hill, the dancing stops immediately. They point at fucking Juno, who's just holding the rock in the air like normal, thoughtlessly. In a 6 on step.
Ugh.
Oh, man. Where did my fucking tribal music go? God damn it. Oh, shit. Unscripted. I don't know where it went. It's called fucking Dark Continent. No, I can't find it.
Got to get that eerie soundtrack for that solid 30 seconds.
Yeah, right. As you guys approach, waving your super magical torch in the air like you just don't care, you'll hear a voice call out, "Hey! You!" You know you've been spotted. Waddy has not
yeah.
been, but
The hell?
you definitely have been.
Hello.
What are you doing over there?
Juno starts approaching
Okay, you start walking towards them.
in a non-threatening way.
Yeah. Waddy's like serpent crawling, trying to stay within the light,
Yeah.
but he's getting left behind in the darkness. Waddy,
He's gonna win.
can you fucking believe the gall on this piece of shit tribes leader? Like, what the fuck is your tribe leader doing?
Water's gonna wait and see if she gets killed. As he slowly crawls forth.
The paranoia truly has infested you. As Juno walks up to a bonfire where there are 10 people, multiple men and women, kind of hanging out. Give me a charisma check to see if you instantly recognize one of them. No. You're too tired.
20 on the
You're so fucking exhausted. And you look exhausted. You've been surviving on raw gerbil meat for over a day. And just barely pushing through, exhausted. You've lost 2 of your members. And as you kind of see that they're not hostile, because they don't even have weapons out right now. Their spears are kind of just planted in the ground, like stakes. Some of them come to like help you sit down and give you water from a skin of some kind of animal's bladder. Water skin. It's delicious.
Thank you.
Who are you? Where have you been? What the fuck? Just what the fuck?
Separated by tribe from fire and rain.
Oh, yes, we heard a fire. We saw it in sky.
Lost 2 of our party.
Oh.
Who are you?
We are. And they point to the crevasse. Crevasse Guardians. We guard it.
That big word.
Yes.
May we rest here.
We? He looks around. Wadi's nowhere to be seen.
I mean, he can sleep outside if he wants.
Who? Who do you refer? The man inside your mind?
No, friend in bush.
Oh. Hi, friend in bush! They yell out, greeting you, Wadi.
It is safe.
They can't see you.
Against his better judgment, because no ways Wadi's gonna survive on his own, he'll get up and approach.
Yeah. You get up and approach. They offer you a bladder, a proto water skin.
Is this to eat?
Yes, you squeeze in mouth. It is filled with delicious liquid.
Oat milk.
Yeah, can you both roll me 1d20s to see if you're lactose intolerant?
Yep.
Oh man, this
16.
9.
Okay.
Now who's the milk drinker?
Yeah, you drink this weird, warm, liquidy substance that has a slightly thicker consistency of water. It does not immediately kill or poison you. Neither one of you, actually.
Juna doesn't even care at this point. She's
Yes.
exhausted. She's hungry. She's injured.
Yes, 2 days ago. Man, come in with goat and tribe behind him. And he
It's them.
give us milk to drink. It caused hallucinations for our leader. And we have been trying to ride that high ever since.
That's our tribe.
Oh? You? Tribe of Goat Husband?
Big Tooth tribe. Not goat tribe.
Oh. Okay, we believe you. And while you guys chill out, I want to take a moment, because we're about to meet our new character, to just explain what went on the actual tribe's end. Tribe, specifically Goatman McHerder, you guys walked towards the deep route, like Deepwood, before you guys stopped, because it was like the Deepwood. And then someone pointed out, like, oh, their tracks went this way. They must have checked out the thing. I hope they're okay. What's that smell? Smelling the smoke on the distance and the wind, because the fire was coming directly towards you guys. You guys quickly skirted around the Deepwood and got to the plains. You then dithered for like a day as like the second scouts, known as the Children, went to look around just to see what they could see out of boredom. And then they're like, oh, hey, we saw the crevasse, or the opening of it. Why don't we just go down there and wait for, you know, our leaders? Because they clearly either got set on fire or whatever. And then you guys just ran to the objective, where you met the crevasse guardians, who told you about the promised land beyond, well, the crevasse, and invited you in. That's what the tribe did, Mr. Milkman. During this time, I assume you're selling milk. I don't even want to. We'll come to you.
Jeez.
You can do a retcon in a minute here. We're gonna
It's
meet
good, you're
you.
good.
Okay, the night passes uneventfully. Juno and Waddy, you are invited in through the crevasse, which is
Just
not 300 feet wide at all. It gets much narrower once you start to get funneled in, where at one point only a single person can squeeze through. Any large creatures that are landbound cannot make it through this place. If something is stopping manticores from flying over, you're unaware of it. But this is like the perfect chokehold. This is where boy Leonidas would kill 1,000,000 dire wolves. You sneak underneath a bit, and the funnel will kind of widen out a little bit more until after about 10 miles of this, just like fucking dodging ridgeways, you will come out to a beautiful field where there are light trees and rolling green hills, and you will see a metric shit ton of smoke, just fire trails going into the sky. There is so many campfires and so many people. The guide, for there is a guide, will point you towards your own tribe, saying, I cannot leave Crevasse. This 13-mile stretch is my domain and responsibility to guard. I am super buff, he says, with his 16 strength. Trying to look impressive. But you will just sort of march on over, passing another gaggle of people. Just like 13 dudes who are just like huddled around a fire, like talking amongst themselves and like looking at you. And like one of them will wave just in like greetings. Maybe you're too paranoid and suspicious to speak with them.
Yeah, Juno will wave back, but keep walking.
Okay. There you will find your tribe of like 50 people. Minus 2, because, well, you know, but plus 1. So, technically, you made up for the loss a little bit. And there you will meet your goat pervert, who has kind of assumed control.
There's a new chieftain now, and he brings milk.
Yeah, so one of the things about being lactose intolerant in this moment is it causes extreme bowel pain, but also legitimate hallucinations. And some people are using this as like a way to poison themselves and get high. And meet God, basically, through not psilocybin means. It's not great. People shit themselves nearly to death doing this. But apparently, some person literally says he saw the future. And now this, like, weird... You know, it's not like he has authority. He's doing his own thing. And he's, like, he belongs to the group as property, basically. But now it's like the weird situation of no one was there to immediately correct the story and show, like, who's really in charge. And your tribe is pretty passive, and, like, you're the chief, Juno, so what you say goes. So when this guy just starts doing things, people are just assuming that he is the chief, even though he's just a weirdo. So Charlie, please describe to us legitimately what this goat pervert is, because we've left him pretty bare bones the first time we met him.
So he's like, he's got like 2 or 3 goats that just follow him around wherever he goes, right? And he's just like sitting on a bunch of furs, being like the milk king or whatever. He's just like
People have
trying
traded fur and like hemp and mats for fucking goat milk.
He's just like getting ready to go on like a bad trip because he knows, because that's all that you could really roll with the rolls for seeing the future.
True.
As he's preparing to drink like rotted goat milk.
Oh god. Oh, there's my tribal music.
And I think he's just talking to people, and he's like, someday the chief will return, and then everything will be okay, guys. But until then, we have to drink this goat milk. That's what the chief told us. You heard her.
Juno, you say this just approaching. Some of the tribe's people are like, she's back. Our chieftain's back. He was right. The prophecy has been foretold. Wadi, your apprentice shaman, an actual bard, has more or less switched allegiances during this time in like 3 days you've been absent, and is now claiming that the milk is the true god of the land.
It's just weird milk from goat. As I like try and have this like one-on-one conversation.
What? I saw it. The future is real.
What future?
The pain that I felt was real.
And?
I am in pain.
Well, of course you are in pain.
The prophecy was foretold.
What prophecy?
You must
Here,
drink
drink
the
milk.
milk, brother.
We will understand soon.
You're weird now.
My shaman.
No.
What did you do?
A schism is forming based off the goat pervert's milk.
We're now goat worshippers.
Civil
Sorry,
war.
guys. This is what we asked for before I died.
Is this where murder?
Absolutely not.
Is this where cold-blooded murder is being discovered?
I don't know what that.
This is
fucking
where
weird stone in his
separation and
pocket.
isolation is.
You're here. You've made it back. It was a long day. And behind this mountain, no random encounter check will occur. Because you are safe. There are hundreds, if not over thousands, of these human tribes which are just lining the plains. Their tiny fires bringing light to the darkness of the world. Your tribe, normally only one bonfire is needed. People just sort of circle around it, or make their own if they want some sort of privacy, but also the safety of numbers. And there's just so many of these tiny little fires. It is both awesome and horrifying, seeing so many people in one place. Your tribe has sort of just gone with the flow of things and is sort of just hanging out. You're not really in much need for food. There are other tribes that are just kind of trading and sharing stuff. Foragers go out and forage in the plains, pulling up roots and stuff. Hunters go out and hunt, bringing back deer, which quickly get devoured. In your group,
Any hostility between the tribes that are here?
not that your tribe has noticed. Or those who stayed sober and not shat themselves nearly to death.
Sure.
It's more like
anyone-
awkward cooperation is what's going on. Of like...
Does anyone... Oh, go ahead.
No. What's up?
Does anyone know what the voice on the wind is? Because now we're all here. Like you said, it's a bit terrifying.
A lot of people have their thoughts about it. And you know this because people have come to trade stuff for the goat milk, like food and other kinds of like comforts, like these mats and these furs, and different kind of like padding for the ground. Someone has even traded a tent, just for a little bit of, just a lick. That's how addicted they are now. Giving you a home.
Okay, I hate that this goat pervert basically invented the economy.
Yeah.
This is what our economy is based on now.
Yes, goat milk is very rare here. There's only 3 goats.
Yeah, there's only 3 goats. They're getting tired of having their nipples done. No one knows exactly what's going on, but it is sort of like told that a day or so away from the entrance, past the field of tents and people where everyone's sort of mingling, there is a strange rock formation, a plateau, which is kind of foreign to you guys, but also not. Or not plateau, a mesa that is just sort of up, just out in the field a little bit of ways. Basically a day and a half away. And there is a person who is shouting at the wind. Some people have tried to approach, but nobody likes the look of the mesa. It's a little bit foreboding. I mean, it's tall, it's a mountain that just sort of came out of nowhere and has like a flat top to it. And there's just a voice on the wind yelling at the sky. So people are kind of like hanging out and waiting to see what's going on, and they're basically just doing the bare necessities to survive. Because it's not like they're being chased by T-Rexes. This would be a great time to either mingle or say, fuck waiting. Like, why would we wait when we could just go?
We definitely need a long rest.
Okay. Well, if you want a long rest, you're in a perfect place for it. Food isn't scarce right now. And honestly, this seems... Waddy specifically is picking up on the fact that this is way too good to be true.
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
yeah, like...
The
you
heightened
can't-
paranoia he got of
Yeah.
Juno definitely is somewhat contributing to, like, what the fuck?
This isn't normal. Like, your tribe was pretty big, but it was scattered through a mountain range. Like, when the Big Tooth tribe was at its peak, it was over 300 people. And then all the beasts came in to these separate bands of, like, 50-ish members. And then they, like, disappeared and were no longer of the big, long-toothed tribe. So when you see, like, thousands of people from different tribes, each with their own, like, style of clothing and not culture, really, but, like, proto-culture, it's a weird feeling of, like, what is happening.
Waddy thinks for a moment. It's like, it's so many people. What, is some, like, super predator gonna come and eat everyone kind of deal? One of those tales told by one of the long members
Yeah.
of the tribe.
I mean,
And it's
having...
like-
There's multiple reasons why a tribe sort of stops at 50 people. Right? Other than just the how many relationships can a person truly manage at one time. But also, when a lot of people gather together, it's a lot of attention you're bringing to yourselves. And the more resources you need to survive.
let alone the sheer amount of supernatural things that we bring with us
Yeah,
from
you're
just
one
our tribe
group.
alone.
What do you think is with the other groups who have also had similar journeys here?
Yeah, like Wadi will take a solid 10 minutes near one of these bonfires, and he'll like ritually cast detect magic.
Yeah.
So he'll do that.
You go do your weird dance right next to somebody else's fire, and they're like, what the fuck?
Just like interrupting them. No, not even interrupting, just like doesn't care about them.
Oh, the other shamans will get in on that shit then, and also start casting detect magic at you. And you're like, oh fuck, now it's a race. Who can finish their ritual first?
Pretty much.
Yeah, every tribe has at least one thing going on with them. Like, you have the Panther Axe. The spear is not magical, even though it's +1. Like, +1 weapons are not technically magical. And do not ping off that aura. But what you do notice with Detect Magic is this shimmering, like, thing going on with the grass. There's, like, this almost like dew that's just clinging to the ground. And it's super not noticeable, and I'm giving it to you for free rather than making you do any kind of check because of how paranoid you are right now. And you're looking at the grass that has little lights that is just like wafty blues and whites clinging to it. And the other shamans who you've drawn by being a shaman and doing a ritual will also pick up on it and be like, oh yes. And then there's like 40 shamans in one place who are just like staring at the same grass that you are. You've more or less made a unified front of shamans.
Does anyone know what the water on the grass is? It's weird.
It's not
It's like,
water,
that question.
man says. And he grabs grass, but the magical particles don't cling to him.
What is it?
I don't know! Everyone, spread out, look for clues, he says. The shamans, having no leader, and you are all kind of like the same subculture of just being shamans. Everyone's kind of in a cooperative spirit, and they're like, yes, we need answers. And they start doing crab walks on the ground, trying to... like little golems, just squatting after particles of grass. Spreading out.
Wadi will quickly like make his way, because the spell lasts for 10 minutes. He quickly makes his way back to the tribe, not to Juno, and just tells him like, hey, there's this stuff on the ground. Like on the grass. It's weird. I will go to the big man on the rock.
Yeah, one of the like your old apprentice who is now the goat pervert's apprentice and disciple tells you, yeah, they're called ants, you dumbass. I don't know why you want to know about all the ants, man. Completely disregarding and disrespecting you, Wadi.
And then I'll go myself.
Yeah.
Just makes his way.
Yeah, this guy starts telling the group, it just like full on goes and just makes up shit about Wadi. Like, yeah, he keeps, every time he wanted us to count every single insect, and we're like, how is this gonna help us, sing better? And he just didn't explain himself. You go exploring the grass, but it's everywhere. This weird
I go to
particle
the
of
big man on
light.
the rock.
Oh, you just start heading towards the mesa a day and a half away?
Oh, it's a day and a half away, that far
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, it's
You
36
can do it,
miles.
you believe me.
So if you, speed to it, you can make it in a day. But, you have to run. And
I'm
you're
not going
exhausted.
alone. And I'm exhausted. You'll spend a week here then.
Okay.
Just resting now.
Everybody rests. There will be like weird shaman meetings as well, which Wadi is free to attend. But nothing conclusive will occur. They're like, yes, weird lights on grass. Super weird. And that's basically it.
Does interacting, I guess, the beginning of scientific theory. When Wadi tries to like bring like the orb of light close to the grass, does anything happen? Because the orb of light requires light.
I mean, it reveals the grass. Because it shines
With
light.
like a detect magic ongoing kind of deal.
No, the two things don't interact like that.
This is not normal light.
Juno just kind of elbows the goat pervert in the ribs and says, "Go eat grass."
Goats do that now. Look.
It's magic grass. Go find out what does.
Here, drink this first. We both go do.
Absolutely not.
You are a coward, too afraid to drink the powerful goat milk.
Juno punches him in the face for calling her a coward.
Do you fight?
You go eat your own grass, bitch. Walks away.
Damn. The tribe talks about this interaction.
Juno's not in the best of moods this week.
No. She's
What he's
grouchy.
being fucking weird. Yeah.
Many people will come and
He
be
just,
like,
like-
so, what happened to Trike? Because they they never really cared about Punga, which is sad, but also they just
Funny.
didn't.
Oh, wait, what's the hotness roll for this world? Hang on, let's see whether I'm
36.
ugly and repulsive as well. Alright, good luck, guys. See you on the other side. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, he's
not
not
really okay. Yeah, he's not that.
Yeah, that's on the upper scale, guys. On a 3d6 right there.
Trike is dead.
What happened?
Killed by wargs.
Fuck's a
Punga
war.
too. Wolf with face of man.
Oh, yes. They nod.
Oh well.
That's really sad. He was competent.
The last of the lumpy brains.
Well, they point to little lumpy brain, or, wavy zigzag brain. I don't know his fucking mechanism for naming himself.
The little brain.
Little brain. Little brain, still here. We kidnap him before his tribe runs away. With Trike. And remember when we fled mountain?
Yes, I remember when you kidnapped child.
Yes, they napped, so we kid them.
It was so bad.
I have a new plan, John. I have a plan.
Yeah, do you have a plan? Can we let the
Yes.
long rest occur first?
No, because what if something terrible happens? Wadi's
All right, Wadi
right
goes.
now.
Wadi is going rogue. Unlocking the rogue class.
No,
What are you doing, Wadi?
he's the first shaman. He cast Druidcraft on the ground with this weird fucking nonsense thing. Yeah, it predicts the weather, but in the spell description, it does like an effect, like a harmless, tiny sensory effect.
Yes.
Anything weird?
Yeah, it doesn't go off. Your druid craft fizzles on the grass. And that will probably
It's like a
keep
song.
Wadi, truly entertained for a week. As he continuously tries to find ways to druid craft the grass, which refuses his magical call.
Have I noticed what he's behavior in the last week of slowly descending into chaos.
Some would call
Yeah,
it madness.
it's obvious. Yeah.
He refuses to go to you.
You know, he's
Okay.
isolating himself. He's not using sand anymore as like a joke or a magical component. He's just talking at grass.
He disavowed sand and went for rocks instead.
Great, so I'm left with this fucking goat pervert.
The
have
goat
your
pervert
other
might
try.
turn out to become a druid. I haven't decided yet. We haven't had combat, so.
Just gonna leave Lottie alone.
Okay.
I don't know, Juno kind of wants to confront you, but I think you're doing a pretty good job of dodging Juno, and Juno doesn't care enough. Shamans are weird.
Shamans are weird. This is a fact of just how they exist. And your long rest will go off. So, do your long rest mechanic. Do you want badger experience? You killed 3
Yes.
giant badgers.
The 0.
They also
or some
didn't
shit?
get experience for the wargs from before.
We didn't.
You didn't?
Nope.
No, we
Nope.
never did
So you're
experience.
gonna wait for a
Oh!
long rest.
There was a reason why I had those things still on the map. I thought we did that at the end. I know I calculated it, but I know I didn't. Well, now I remember I didn't give it to you. All right, let me do combat experience for you guys real quick because
Those
then
3
can...
badges may actually make us level 3.
I think so. That's an extra 150 experience.
Yeah.
So how much is a Borg? Like 100?
I just
yeah,
want to see them
it's
roll
100.
ones a second time on HP.
You killed 5 wargs and 3 badgers. So that's 5. That's 650 divided by 2. That's 325, and that's not including roleplay and quest completion, which will occur now, I suppose.
Ooh.
Goatman, you can put yourself to level 2, we'll say. And so can our boy, whatever Millman decides to play. Because I think quest experience is going to be 300 for each of you. And
Ooh.
even though your quest was literally being an NPC and tagging along, it'd be weird to deny you, the player, quest experience, even after getting so far.
Okay, I'll-
So
You changed
I
the course
believe.
of our entire civilization.
yes.
by introducing
You're
fucking
welcome.
Mill.
So you two may add 162.5 from combat experience, and then add an extra 300 to that, which brings us to 462.
Yep.
Am I forgetting anything?
1087.
You got magical items.
I tore a prairie dog in half.
How far
we
away
s-
are you guys from 3?
A while.
We hit it.
Oh no, we hit 3. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
We saw the giant person.
Yeah, but you didn't
Yeah,
interact
but-
with them. You didn't learn anything.
We learned that it
They
exists.
abandoned a shit ton of magical items.
Yeah, you gave away magical items.
Yeah.
Yep. Hit level 3. Do it.
All right. Here's my hit points.
If you leveled up, you leveled up. Nice.
Yay!
You're a fucking psychic, Charlie. What is going
Wonderful.
You know what? I'm feeling a nat 12 for the next one.
on? Mm-mm.
All right, here it comes.
No, that's not how it
Sub
works.
6.
Only once.
All right,
Only
that's
once.
fine.
Oh, you know what?
Average.
Okay.
Oh god, I get second level druid spells.
Oh god.
Oh no,
True.
he's done it.
And Miss Barbarian Lady, we're gonna need to talk.
Okay.
Because in terms of summoning undead spirits, I don't think you've done enough narratively to justify it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So if you're still wanting to do that, we can work towards that soon. and then just naturally unlock the subclass. But otherwise, just be a straight barbarian. Or, of course, you could be a beast guy, like a totem dude. I don't know if you want to or
Yeah.
care to.
No, let's work towards
Okay.
Ancestral Guardian.
At the end of this long rest, and then a couple more days, some people will begin to show up. Not just from, more people from outside, like the fucking crevasse, will also appear and kind of like set up their own little camping spot. But also these strange figures that wear blue sashes around their mostly colorless. Well, everyone is kind of like colorless. So when you see like dyed material, that's kind of big. And you're like, whoa, is that magic? How did you get something that is the color of like a flower or the ocean or the sky, right? And these figures, not going in groups, but like alone, will more or less like appear in everyone's tribe and be more like, the next storm is coming. We must go and gather. The voice will speak to us then. And they're more or less informing everyone around this area. There's going to be a meeting. The one who called you here is going to speak.
And that meeting's today, right?
No. It will be during the night. A few days from now. So everyone should start moving in now and get closer and blah blah blah. Pack up your shit. Come on. Let's go on a little adventure. John has
We
to
do.
check his map.
During this time, Wadi will, because we've been receiving bones, right?
Bones?
From the trade that
Yeah, sure.
good old milk pervert will be doing.
I mean, Milk
And
Pervert
the
can.
man.
He'll take some bones and do some carving on the side.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will.
Having a knife to stab me in the back.
You find whittling comes supernaturally with the shard of stone. It cuts very well. Better than any like piece of flint you've ever seen before in your life. And that was the material. I forgot what it was at the time. It's made of flint. It's not like obsidian or anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Black sharp flint.
Yes. You'd think he'd remember, since we're playing in the Stone Age, the most common material used to sharpen things. But no. John did
Is
not have
sumac
his
a plant?
What?
Sumac, is that a plant material I can get? Because spell components.
Ignore second level spells. You won't get a chance to play with them before this meeting occurs. And then we can talk about it later. You guys travel.
Unfortunate. All right.
I know. Get fucked. Towards this hill, over here. Sumac is a spice, says Temer. That does sound right. And here's where you will find the mesa. Sort of jutting out of the ground. Completely without any plant material. It's more or less just elevated ground. As though something has just like pushed up from underneath the earth and made a platform that goes about 300 feet high. So quite the climb. Rope has been invented, but you don't see any like ropes that have been installed to like make an ascent easier. And even then, apparently someone's already up there who has just climbed. Then getting closer, you start to hear the voice, or his voice, or a voice, that's just yelling at the sky. It is indecipherable just due to the distance, but it just carries across this area, sort of skipping where you guys are, or were. A lot of people follow your tribe, and you follow a lot of other people's tribes. And you quickly find that more people came from the other direction, this way. And you guys are kind of like coming from all different angles. Other people having maybe come through the crevasse, and then they're just like, alright, we're gonna go see what's on the other side of the fucking mesa then. Because we don't like just hanging out. More adventurous tribes, I guess. Or, you know, maybe there were tribes that just straight up came from the south. Either way, you all begin to meet and gather and, like, awkwardly sit and stand in a music and drugless Woodstock. It's really boring. And there's a lot of you. Just sort of sitting on the ground, waiting for something to happen. And the day goes, and the night comes, and there's like a hint of rain in the air, and some of the other druids in this world that Mr. Waddy never knew existed will cast Druidcraft and be like, there's no rain, what the fuck? Are we having our legs pulled? What's the deal with the yelling guy? And some of the shamans are starting to, like, vocalize their concern and confusion. And it seems to be, like, a common thing among the shamans of being distrustful of this incredibly unique experience. Because most tribes follow their traditions. And their traditions do not say gather around a giant mesa with every other single tribe in the fucking world. This is antithetical to how humans are.
What do you think, Watty?
He's just trying to whittle away at these bones. He does not respond.
Good chat.
Because he won't be able to finish that
Did
in
you
time.
do anything? Oh shit, Milkman, you rolled great for HP.
Yeah, Milkman has 28 HP.
Oh my god.
He's the milk god.
Jesus Christ.
Milkman says, the earth is so weird here, you can't change it at all. Normally you can make it into small pins to keep goats from running amok. But there's something weird about it. He's like trying to dig into the soil and like can I actually dig up soil here? Does
Yeah,
it
you
just,
can dig up soil, definitely.
Nothing happens?
Yeah, you can take a pickaxe to it, or a bone axe, and just start pulling up dirt and, grass roots.
I may or may not have an illegal cantrip.
You have mold earth? That's super illegal.
Yeah. It's super illegal?
Yeah, that's so illegal.
Oh my god, we're gonna have some World War... Alright, hang on, let me get rid of it, I'll find something better. I have
Wait,
two cantrips I
Are
can
you
still
multi-classed, or are you Ranger too?
take. No. I got rid of Ranger. I'm going Druid. We're gonna go
Okay.
crazy. We're gonna have 3 spellcasters so you can kill us more.
Okay, understood.
Wonderful.
That's why I somehow rolled max health.
Okay.
Oh my god, 28 has...
Oh, yeah, true. Rangers roll d10s. That's a d8. Yeah, don't take any, elemental stuff. Or things that would, affect with elements.
Yeah, I'll try not to.
No one has made that connection or bond yet.
Is
Not like
Thunderwave
Flame
still
Blade?
good, or is that no longer allowed?
Thunderwave is not an element. It's just loud noise.
Coming for them
Alright,
eardrums.
True.
No Flame Blade, then?
No Flame Blade, no.
Alright.
Take Flame Blade, you psychopath.
You need to roleplay that one a bit before I just give it to you.
Sure.
Actually, no. Flame Blade would be legit. Fire is
I have-
humanity's best friend. Making a blade
I have
of
the
it
cantrip
makes sense.
Control Flames.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
It
go
helps.
for it. You're a firebug. Fuck it. It makes perfect sense. What am I talking about? You don't need to talk to a fucking elemental fire to be like, yo, bonfire, jump in my hand!
It's like, no, I can already do some of it.
Yeah. Look at that. Me walking back a position. And they said I don't give. So I'm lingering here for a moment in case somebody wants to interact with something before. We don't really do a lot of roleplay with other tribes. And I'm giving you the opportunity to either say, yeah, we shut the fuck up until something happens, or I do something.
I mean, do I have second level spells at this point?
At this point, yes. Just not at the point
All
of
right.
Our boy coming up.
Safe to say I'm able to mark these bones easily that I got?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
This
sure.
piece
then
of flint marks it super good. Super, super good. Just carved straight
okay,
into the
then
bones.
I'll just keep it.
Are you okay
Yeah,
with me
I'm just-
taking the Gust cantrip?
Uh,
It's like a melee push spell. Like
Yeah,
a
that's fine.
save for nothing. Yeah.
Stick with, like, an element if you're going druid.
Yeah.
And like after I have my like marked bones, I'll start like asking around. Actually, like stand up and start walking around, to like ask if anyone knows when this will start. Because timing is important.
The guys with the blue sashes said it would rain in a couple of days at night. And storm.
All right. Wadi will attempt to, because it's been raining a lot. It's always like that, like a terminal.
It
spring and summer,
drizzles.
right?
Yeah, it drizzles often, but right now it is dry.
May Wadi attempt to, as best as he can, guess when the rain is about to hit within the next few minutes by like reading the clouds. So he wants to cast a spell, but it has a casting time of a minute. Basically, looking at the clouds, like, oh, it's going to rain very soon. If that is a thing he can do.
If it is daylight, you can see into the sky. Right. But you
But when it's
cannot
nighttime, we
see
can't.
at night. Right. So, like, you
All
could
right, then
throw
I'll-
your orb up really high and still never be able to see the clouds at night.
Well,
Like,
it seems
it
like
is-
Wadi's gonna guess.
Yeah, it's a very terrifying thing living at night during this time period.
Wadi will guess and hope.
I mean, you can make a nature check and just try to, like, time it.
Yeah,
Like-
Wadi. That's what I mean. Wadi will make a nature check and attempt to time it. Like, it may rain very soon.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Perfect. We got our
And
answer. Waddy, you're in a fugue state. You're like, I gotta carve these bones? Where are we? Like, oh, the rain! I smell the humidity! I think I know what spell you're gunning for here.
Yep.
Do you want to just fucking throw it in the chat for us?
Yeah, Wadi's attempt to augury
Ooh.
what's about to happen.
Divination. Beautiful.
Of course, when it starts raining, he'll still begin attempting it. Like, the spell. Like, expending the spell slot. He's very paranoid. Sorry if I'm, like, being, like, very front with what I'm trying to do right now. Yeah.
No, I get you. But you're beating around the bush for no real reason. So, you don't want any bones. You want the good kind of bones that are worth at least 25 GP. Now, that means nothing on a monetary level, but it does mean something on a magical level, because it assumes the bones are actually worth something. Now, getting deer bones, which is the most hunted animal at the moment, and carving them with bullshit does not make them worth 25 gold pieces. If you had the bones of, like, the wargs, or a manticore, or a giant murderous snake, that shit is the material you want. Do you have anything like bone related or like even any kind of material from a truly magical animal?
I don't think a T-Rex is magical.
I mean, no, but it's definitely on par with like a dragon at this time period.
I just need to like mark it once, so it's gonna be a conversation of Wadi approaching Juno.
Marking it once would not do what you wanted to. You would need to like break the tip of the spear and like destroy the tooth and make enough of these little symbols and almost like dice to truly like look and study and then divine, right? This isn't like I literally mark a tooth and yeet it. Like,
damn it, I don't think that's
remember
something
that-
Wadi is willing to do.
yeah. Remember that episode of Vikings where like the weird oracle guy shows up and he just throws basically like several vermin carcasses on the ground and then just like, Ragnar, son of Lothbrok, you have a great destiny. Ha ha ha. That's basically what you'll be doing with this.
Then I guess everything I was asking for is for granted, because Wadi will not be willing to break the long tooth.
I think you're onto something.
Unless there
Definitely.
are other bones within that we just happen to get traded.
Nah. Nothing worth, like, actual stuff. But the fact that, like, this came into your mind suddenly, in a fugue state, while you're super paranoid and schizophrenic, I think makes narrative sense. Okay. Now that I've killed something at conception...
Perfect. That's what I like to hear.
Is there anything Mr. Milkman would like to do? I know you're like playing with your character sheet on like a meta level here, but you've inherited this position, Charlie.
I'm trying really fucking hard not to cast Charm Person on like Juno or Wadi and make them really fucking paranoid. Well, it only lasts for a minute, right? Or an hour? He's like, I'm your
An
new
hour.
best friend, the milkman. Drink some milk, bitch.
Alright, so you want to
do
troll
you, man.
your companions and get yourself killed.
Yeah, this is like the beginning of the long rest, right?
No,
This is the end of the long
Yeah,
rest.
This is the
That's
end of the long rest.
Oh, see, I can't. You know, it is pretty fun. It would be pretty fucking hilarious to do that. God, just to like make Juno my best friend for one whole hour. I'd be like, but this is the best time I've ever had in my entire life. You're my
It'll
best
also be
friend.
it'll be the last time you ever have in your entire life.
I can cast it 2 more times.
That's 3 hours he can get away from you.
Assuming I don't save.
This is true.
You won't.
As the party discusses PvP, I think we can fast forward a night. When suddenly, the humidity during this night, after a very dry day with no clouds in the sky, will just hit you all like a fucking hand in the face. Just made out of mist. It's a scary... Well, not a real scary thing. It's like a freak weather pattern. And then it'll start to rain. And you're like, oh! Okay, cool. Maybe the Sash dudes were on us. And then the first thunder clap will be, like, heard. Rolling over the sky. And, though it is not strange in any meaningful sense, because lightning creates light, and briefly illuminates the world even at night, there will be, like, consistent lightning strikes along the mesa, illuminating it, causing a great shadow to just go out into the world. As John changes the music to something a little bit more thematic.
Well, it's time for us to goat the fuck out of here.
Fuck you.
You're welcome. This is only the beginning of your personal hell, John.
I see what I've done. You're punishing me for your mistakes.
I can also friendship many animals. I hope you're prepared for us to have cave bears.
I am. Where'd my rain go?
I need to hear a conversation between Goat Pervert and one of his goats with Speak with Animals.
You're
Sure.
like secretly ritual cast it, and he's just like, "So what's going on, guys?" And they're like, "Oh, fuck another day in Goat Town."
Just
So
hanging out,
really-
Chief.
End our suffering.
Kill me!
Not being tortured.
These are
We're
like the
being milked
best
a lot.
raised goats of all time.
It's true. They were groomed. Oh, God.
Too much.
The rain beats down on all of you. It is a cold rain. Uncomfortable. Waddy. I fucking saw that shit. It looked like Jim Carrey in The Mask for a second there. Lightning will strike out across the sky, illuminating a figure that is standing atop the mesa, 300 feet above. And as the thunder rolls and that wind howls, you will hear a voice call out to you all. John would think he'd write dialogue for this, but he likes winging it. That's what he loves doing, guys. It calls out to you. I am the speaker of the storm. Lightning has shown me a vision. Thunder has given me the call. You have joined me, and I welcome you to this land. And thunder erupts, deafens the world. Lightning continues to flash and crack. There will be a pause as John thinks what he wants to say. Okay, I figured it out. This vision has shown me the end of the world. There will be a murmur amongst the people nearby. This is
What's the world?
terrifying thing. Yes, what's the world? What is the end? Again, the lightning will erupt and crash. These beasts, these children of monsters, will wipe us out. They must be stopped. Who among you will rise to the challenge to exterminate these beasts? Once more, thunder will grumble and roar. And in the distance, you will hear some voices. Some people in the rain nearby giving their assent. And John looks to the party to see if they will answer the call.
Juno steps forward. I will.
Juno adds her voice amongst many in the rain.
So, the milkman, as he is now formally known as,
Yeah.
is going to use Gust. It's a cantrip to keep Juno's like clothes and like hair swaying constantly, like opposite of the wind that's currently
shit.
going. So Juno looks like super fucking badass now because the wind is like going the wrong direction.
It's going every direction, but you stabilize it to make it one direction.
Another terrible decision.
Why? Mumbles to himself, whispering to a piece of flint in his hands, the bones he's carving. I could have done anything. Give me the spear.
He's been like snapping the bones because they're not good enough.
As more people let out their cry, and your tribe joining, I suppose, just in the exuberance, the lightning will crack and then, with one thunderclap, silence the world, cutting off everybody's speech. Juno, you in this lightning that just blinds you for a brief moment will see the outline of a face, much like you staring into like a light bulb or at the sun and seeing that spot in your eyes. And this face, just the outline, no facial features, no nose, mouth, eyes, or ears. You will hear rise. Join me. And it won't go into everybody's ears, only to yours. And as you look at the mesa, what do you do, Juno?
I do what it says. I start heading towards the man on the cliff.
Okay. You are being asked to climb a mesa 300 feet into the air. It's a sheer
thunderstorm.
drop during a fucking thunderstorm. This is clearly a test to weed out the weak. How are you going about climbing it?
You say it was sheer,
It's sheer.
like
yeah.
there's no handholds.
I mean,
There's nowhere anywhere that.
it's sheer in that it is perfectly vertical. Not that
Right.
it is like a
It's
plain
climbable, though.
flat.
It's not
Yeah,
like-
it's climbable.
Right.
It's made of natural rock. There are handholds.
Right. Just. I think Juno just starts climbing.
Give me an athletics check.
She's gonna climb up that cliff. She's gonna lose her grip. She's gonna fall to her death.
You climb up very easily. There are many natural handholds, and although the wind is bad and threatens to knock you off, and your grip sometimes slips a little bit, you always have enough purchase to wrap your arm around something or dig in with your feet. You're a natural climber. Most humans at this time are. And you start climbing, and other people will join you. And other people will fall to their fucking death. And just fall, breaking their arms and bones, and basically just get fucked by this. But you, among others, let's see how many actually managed to climb up. Okay, quite a bit of you, actually. I don't think you know how to count above 50. But there is like a tribe and a half's worth of people that managed to climb up. Which is no small number. None of your tribe showed up. It seems like mostly the chieftains or people of power, physical power, climbed this hill. And then there is one looking weak-ass dude who climbs up just slightly after you, who's like, oh, just struggling, has like 6 strength, managed to beanpole his way up here. And there you will find the people with blue sashes standing in a pool that has just been created It's just ankle deep. That is illuminated by the light spell, which is a very common thing. And there, sort of in dead center, in complete fireball formation, is a man who just seems to glow and radiate a light. This pale blue light that just sort of flickers and traces around him. This is the speaker. This is the man of your vision that you just saw. And although his voice isn't booming now, it is crisp and clear within the rain and wind. He gestures for you to join him in the pool of water with the others who are beginning to hand out more of these blue sashes.
I do.
And
Yeah.
they're just, basically belts that just you wrap around your stomach. This is the mark of my followers. And now the mark of what I am told is a hero. Those of you who have made it up here, we have been given a quest. And that word sort of like echoes in your minds with just a little bit of significance and meaning that is alien. The sky has shown me the great death above, watching and stalking us. And it has shown me the beasts that are sending us to her. A great fear is going to take this place if we do nothing. But if we stand together and unite the scattered tribes, then there is a chance for us to weather the storm. The rain continues to beat down on you. The significance, or maybe irony, of the words not being lost upon you. Your people may stay here. This land has no children of perdition, just wild animals. And we all know how big of a pushover those cave bears truly are. This land can sustain us all. But those outside of it will eventually come. And we, the people who have the capability to stop them, must. If you accept this quest, take this sash. And that weak-ass dude with 6 strength immediately goes up and takes one.
Uno goes up and takes one.
Other people will start following suit. These acolytes, the disciples of this storm guy, will show you how to tie it off properly and wear it. And then he will point to the one who, well, not just yours, but just point to his acolytes. These will be my voices, my conduits. They will help you in your quest. Treat them well. As of this moment, we are all one tribe. And with that, there is a clap of thunder, a lightning bolt soon following it. That just strikes him dead. No, I'm kidding.
Got
It
him.
It does strike
Roll that
nearby. I
that
couldn't
D1
help the
million.
joke.
1 in a million chance, John. Roll for it.
Alright.
D100.
D1 million.
D1 million.
1 million.
What am I looking for?
Get a
A
you're looking
1.
for a 1.
3, 4, 5, 6. No.
Okay.
Nah, you-
I don't think I get that 1 in a million. Lightning strikes off in the distance, illuminating this entire field that you are on of just a sheer rock surface. This pool of water illuminating. And with that lightning, the man, this herald of the storm, will vanish. Very mysteriously, very prophetically. And all of you, the chieftains, now armed with blue sashes, and acolytes willing to follow you, that weak ass looking guy is just like, so are we gonna climb back down? Is that the plan? Is there like a stair, a shelf, maybe a ramp, any sort of like safe way down so I don't have to break my neck? And the acolytes will just all kind of look at him like, you're ruining the moment, you dumb fuck.
Push him down the mountain.
And then he'll like get, all right, I'm gonna go back down then. This was like a big, couldn't we have done it down? Just saying practical shit and like super undercutting the moment as he like, okay, oh, starts pretending to fall. It's much easier going climbing down than it is pulling yourself up. You already passed the check. Going the hard way down. I'm not going to make you re-roll it and mulligan into a 1. But if you'd like to roll it, Alex, I won't stop you.
No, I'm good. I'm good. It's a +7 anyway, so.
Yeah, you're
And
fine.
I'd roll a natural 1, so.
Come on, man.
And that would
gotta see-
really undercut the moment if I
We,
fell
we
off the
gotta
fucking
see it
mountain.
now.
He wants to see you do it.
It
Yeah,
won't be
now you're-
canon,
No.
but if you roll the 1, you'll get a psychic boon. Okay? Alright, cool.
Alright.
You
Oh,
make it
if only
down,
you
no
rolled the 1.
problem.
Waddy is so disappointed that I didn't fall off this mountain.
No, you come down. Well, keep doing your scene.
Yeah, you come down. The acolyte, more or less right behind you, heading back to the tribe. And many of the people who have, like, grabbed the people who've fallen to, like, help them not die, quickly, like, kind of run away and, like, flee a little bit from, like, these people who had summoned them to this area. Leaving only the 78 of you to go back to your tribes. Wadi, the milkman, and the rest of your people are kind of looking at you, Juno, in apprehension and concern. Or suspicion. Depending on
You're
if you're
in
looking at
savage.
Wadi close enough in this dark storm.
No, his face is of like. His face is more like stone, like cold, like. Well, what happened?
The time has come to unite the tribes.
Shaw.
And hunt the children of perdition.
So it's over. The
What's
long
over?
tooth is no more.
We are still Longtooth for now. But more will come. We become one tribe.
Just that stone stare.
This is a massive break of tradition. This is destroying all of the vocal history of your group. But, on the other hand, there is power here. This storm does not seem natural. This man, the herald of this storm, is casting magic that cannot be truly fucked with. All of the shamans after this display know this is probably the highest human spellcaster of the world. And he is calling upon all of humanity to stop the end of everything.
We do what we must to survive.
You led us here.
You followed willingly.
Yes.
Do you question my leadership?
I do not.
That is wise.
Neither the dead. And he leaves
Do
it
not
at that.
forget that you were almost amongst them.
Says nothing. And just like goes off to the tribe.
Waddy takes a step back after saying his piece. The milkman is along for the ride, whether he wants to or not. He is...
Whether we want him there or not.
Yeah,
He
you have
like
been...
offers you the a bladder to be like, come on, everybody's watching. They love this shit. Just like
Smacks it out of his hand.
Come on. No. Ugh.
falls to the ground, Milkman falls to his knees. And the Acolyte, currently unnamed, currently without voice, undoubtedly going to have many wrinkles in his brain, shall be introduced next time as Millman's new character. But for now, we're going to end it here. A few minutes early. And next time we meet, we're going to discuss what going on a quest truly means for a bunch of cavemen. So, thank you all so much for joining us. Tomorrow I'm going to kill the political team. So keep in
I
tune for
believe in
that.
you.
At least one. I've got to get one, right? Come on.
Just
They're
use the
doing
AoE
dumb
attack
shit.
from like
Yeah, breath weapon.
elemental shit. Yeah,
Or just
yeah, I
one
believe in you.
hit KO, like 168
Just-
damage.
Just give
Target
like 3
one.
hellhounds. Three hellhounds. I believe in you.
Just
Oh,
target
level
only
8.
one of them.
Just power word kill. It's fine.
Do what?
Just target only one of them.
Yeah.
Until they're dead.
Yeah. Oh, bring it, Temer says. Okay. I'm bringing it.
I'm
Guys.
calling it.
Thank you. We'll see you next week. And as always, don't fucking die. It's humiliating.
Don't die.
Fucking duh.
It's not wrong.